Hi there. I wanted to tell you about a conversation that I overheard between a health practitioner and his patient. So, the health practitioner was encouraging the patient to improve his diet, to eat a healthier diet. And in fact, he suggested celery. Why don't you eat more celery? And the patient looked at the doctor and said, "Celery? What's that going to do?" And so I could imagine that the patient was feeling like celery, it's just this long, skinny stick. It doesn't have any flavor to it at all. It just seems like it's all water or mostly water. And you chew it, and after a while you can't even chew it anymore, and you have to just spit out the remains. I mean, how could something so basic and as simple as that do me any good? But the truth is, there is power in plants, amazing power in plants. Let me share with you what is in celery and what celery can do for you or for me or for any of us. Well, first of all, celery is a vegetable that has a very high concentration of water, maybe about 95%. And it's really a very good way to get in our water intake. We hear that we're supposed to be drinking so much water, so many cups and glasses of water per day. Eating celery will help you to get in that water intake. In fact, any fruit or vegetables that you consume will help you to get your water intake in. So if you're struggling with just drinking water straight, you can eat your fruits and vegetables. Nothing like water, but eating the fruits and vegetables is better than nothing at all to get that water intake in. And celery is going to help you to do that. Celery is also a vegetable that is a type of alkaline food, or it's high in alkaline. So there's this chart or this scale, called a pH scale or that pH balance. And on one end of it is acidic, and on the other end of it is alkaline. We always want to it's better to be more alkaline than it is acidic. We want our system to be more alkaline than acidic because it's just a healthier state, when we're more in an alkaline state. And besides, they say that cancer cannot survive in an alkaline environment. So the more alkaline we are, that's just going to help us if we are struggling with cancer or at risk of having cancer. So your celery helps to keep you within that alkaline range. And finally, celery is also a natural diuretic. So what do I mean by diuretic? It is those foods that cause you to just urinate. It helps your body to release fluids. Sometimes we have a buildup of extra fluids in our system. It didn't get out the way it's supposed to, and so that looks like edema, like in our ankles sometimes, or any kind of swelling we might even have in our hands, or sometimes bloating. Bloating could just be extra fluid that's built up that hasn't been released. Or if a person is overweight, some of that overweight can just be of extra fluid that's within our system. So we want to get rid of this extra fluid. And another type of food that's a diuretic are tea and coffee. You ever notice that when you drink a lot of coffee or a lot of tea, you're going to the bathroom more frequently, more than usual? And that is because tea and coffee, they're diuretics. But tea and coffee has caffeine inside of it, and that's just a whole other topic, a whole other list of issues or side effects that can come along with getting too much caffeine, which, we're better off without the caffeine or minimizing it as much as possible. Now, you can eat a piece of celery. It doesn't have any caffeine in it, but it still has that diuretic effect, helping you to rid your body of that extra fluid so you don't have this edema, so you don't have this bloating, so you don't have this extra weight on you. So that is what's in celery. So much there for you, so much to offer you. I know it's simple, piece of celery, but it can do so much. So give it a try.